Here's the harsh truth. No one is going to come save you. It's just you. If you think that's bad news, think again. It's actually the best news that you're here today. Why? Because you are in control. After 10 countries in 10 years, I've learned the biggest lesson. Waiting for someone to come save you is a losing game. So, what you gonna do about it? Okay guys, we're back with a new video. Let's talk about it. No one is gonna come save you. Did you think that? Well, the bad news is no one's gonna come save you. The good news is that's perfectly fine. Why? Because you are in control of your own life. We have been kind of wired into thinking that someone, some type of angel is gonna swoop in and save our lives, save our job, save our health, save our relationships, save your addiction for whatever it is holding you back. I don't know, but that's false. No one is ever gonna come save you. Here's what I've learned living across the world and leading teams. That one person that you're waiting for to come save you, that's you. No one's coming. And when you start to realize that no one's coming, there's no perfect moment, there's no perfect chance, you just start. Look, I've been through failures over and over again. I've also been through one or two successes, and I've definitely been through a lot of obstacles. And the constant was I had to take the wheel every single time. The cavalry, they never showed up, even though I was hoping for it. But man, every time I showed up for myself, something positive came out of it. Because I learned that, man, I'm actually fully in control of my own life. I got no one to blame but myself. Where I am today is my own fault. Where you are today is your own fault. Obviously, if you're a young kid, you're probably not watching this video if you're a young kid, but if you're a young kid and you were dependent on adults, parents, or wherever have been taking care of you since young, sure, that's a different story. But as soon as you turn into legal age, you can't start or continue blaming the people that have been in your circle. You're an adult. You got to take actions for your own life. Look at where you are right now in your life. Are you doing what you truly love? Do you feel like a sense of purpose? Like, are you being your best self every single day? Are you living your dream life? If you're not doing that, are you blaming other people? Or are you mature enough to say, you're right, it is my fault. And look, that's okay. I think the first step that's truly important here is self-awareness. Not being in a delusional state or a victimized state. Like, oh man, shit, it's never my fault. And I'm really wondering, I've been having this thought of, why is it that the vast majority of people are not living up to their potential and living their dreams? And in my other videos, we talked about you're not stuck, you're scared. That's one element of it. But also go ahead and say, well, you being scared is actually a really good thing because it means that you care. The other thing was waiting for that perfect moment. And we realized that that's just a myth. There is no such thing. You just gotta start. Look, as a young adult, I started working for this company. I was very successful at a young age, my early 20s. I led teams, I was traveling around the world, and I knew nothing about how to operate, or I knew nothing really about life. I didn't have it figured out. I never did until I just took action. I just took a baby step every single day. And when I did that, the path just got clearer and clearer. We all have this really weird illusion of we need to have everything set in stone before we start. Get the finances right, get the house right, get the relationship right, get the job right before you start. But the thing is, you just keep adding shit to that pile, and the list is just never gonna be ending. Look, life is not easy. Life is goddamn hard. But that's the thing. If it was easy, everybody would be successful and be doing what they wanted to do in their life, right? I think it's very healthy for us to take up a little challenge and show what we're capable of. And you'll be surprised. You have so much more potential than you think. But it's about getting outside that comfort zone and having the guts to try something new. And having the guts to be there for yourself. If you're not your own biggest supporter in your life, you will fail. You must never, no matter who it is, you must never rely on a person so much that they are gonna take over your life if you cannot handle it. Sure, of course, you're gonna have support. You're gonna have a rock. Yes, of course, that's amazing to have in your life. But if you don't have the belief in yourself, how could you possibly think someone else would? It's like people starting businesses. Those who are very successful. The reason why they're successful is because they believe in their brand more than anything else. If you have a really good idea but you don't execute it right because you don't believe in it, it's not going to succeed. It's going to fail. I really want to emphasize on the time that we have in this world. As this video goes by, every second, that's losing time. As you sit back and just think about what could have been, what should have been, what would have been, you are losing time. You only got to do one thing, and that's just act on it. Like what's the worst here? Or what is worse? You being stuck in what the hell you don't like to do right here, right now, or getting out there and try to save yourself. Let's put it like this. If you don't like your life right now and you don't change anything about it, you're gonna be living the same life for the rest of your life. Isn't that crazy? Because we just found out that no one is gonna come save you. You have to save yourself. The good news is you can. It doesn't get harder than what it is right now. It's always the first step that's the hardest. It is by far the hardest part. And once you take that first step, you realize, oh man, shit, it's not that bad. I can do it. And when you start doing it, you start building confidence. And then it's like a domino effect. All of a sudden you have confidence that you never thought that you had. You have now built resilience. You can now adapt to any given situation. It's not meant to be easy. Guys, it was never meant to be easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it. But once you learn how to push through that, it gets way easier because you have more experience. Building your life is like planting your garden. But if you wait for the perfect weather, nothing will grow. If you want to see your harvest grow, you gotta plant your seeds today. Let's think about this for a second here. What do you think that you deserve in your life? Honestly, Do you think that you deserve to live a life that you really want? Or do you think that you don't deserve anything? Either way, whatever you think, you're right. If you think that you don't deserve a good life, you don't deserve it. But if you think that you deserve the best life, you do deserve it. Whether you think you can or you can't, you are right. Whatever thoughts that you have in your mind, in your brain, those shape your reality. And so if you focus more on negative thinking, you're going to have more negative outcomes. If you think of more opportunities, you're going to have more possibilities. You choose. It's your life. There's no right or wrong here. Show up for yourself. No one is ever going to come. I've been in that position. I've been sitting in my room where I felt useless, where I felt like, what the hell am I even doing with my life? I'm not living up to my potential. Who am I fooling? No one came knocking on the door. Hey, Ryan, come on, man, you can do it. Like, this is your life. Like, you deserve the best. No one fucking came. No one will ever come. I'm not talking about you not having any friends or me not having any friends. It's not about that. Yes, you can have the best people in your life that can help you push you towards the life that you want. But in the end, they're not the one who has to make the final decision of showing up. That's on you. So stop feeling sorry for yourself and go out there and get it. No one cares. No one is going to come. And look, this thing about a sprint in life where we think, man, I just want overnight success. I want that instant gratification. I want it now. It doesn't work like that. You got to sacrifice. What are you willing to sacrifice? And I've learned that if you really want to build something that's meaningful to you, that you really like, where it's like, man, I'm living my best life. If your answer is not everything to what are you willing to sacrifice, if your answer is not everything, you don't want it enough. I remember this from my mentor a couple years back. And they were saying, what are you willing to sacrifice for what you want the most? If your answer is not everything, you don't deserve it. You don't want it enough. And that really hit me hard. And I had a conversation with my best friend yesterday, and he said, look, this game is about sacrifice the good for the great. I lived this crazy life where, man, I went out every weekend, going to crazy events and all that. The past year, I've done none of that. Actually, the past 2 years or so, I've done none of that. I've just been working on what matters the most to me. And now the dividends are coming in. Why? Because I sacrificed the good for the greater. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Tomorrow is not promised. And if you knew that you were on a deathbed tomorrow, would you look back in your life and think, man, I lived the best life. I have no regrets? Or is it opposite? Is it, man, I didn't live a good life because I didn't pursue what I really wanted. I didn't do it for myself. I didn't show up for myself. Why are you allowing yourself to show up for other people when you can't even do it for yourself? I did that. Never really focusing on myself, but always caring about other people. There's nothing wrong with caring about other people, but here's the thing. If you start to care more about yourself, automatically you are going to care better for the people that you genuinely care about. You don't need permission to start building your life. You just start. I want to talk about something that might be very controversial here. And that's, we are extremely good at thinking that we need a lot of people in our lives. Oh man, like the more friends I have, like, yeah, look at me, I'm cool. Man, you're not cool. People see right through you. What I've really learned is that you don't need a lot of people, you just need the right people. And that right people can just be one person, two people. But again, even more importantly, the person that matters the most is you. If you focus on you, everything else is gonna come. But more importantly, like, just do it for yourself, because you deserve it. It's your life. Put some respect on that. And I'm not saying whatever you've gone through in your life is not hard to deal with. Of course, we all have our own story. We all do. Whatever it is. You might be coming out, you got sacked from a job that you love, or the girlfriend you've been with for, I don't know, man, like 5 years, she cheated on you, you just found out. Everybody is dealing with something at some point in their life. But how are you going to react from that? No one is going to come save you. Whatever it is that's holding you back, like that anger, that sadness, use that as a fuel. Don't just sit back and wait for someone to come and save you, because I can tell you right now, that's not going to happen. The time you waste waiting is time that you'll never get back. Stop waiting for someone to come and save you. No one is going to come. And that's the best thing that you'll ever hear today. It's in your hands now. Peace.